Hello, Loveland Magazine readers. I am here at the Loveland Canoe and Kayak over here with Mark Bersani, the owner, and then I have Meredith Taylor here, who of course has a huge hand in the Chamber of Commerce and is the race director of the Frogman Race that's going to go on this year. Really exciting stuff, guys. As you can see, this is where it's going to go on behind me, along with other places in downtown Loveland. Mark, let's go ahead and talk about this. How long has this Frogman Race been going on? Tell us a little bit about the history and what you're involved in this year.
Well, sure. This race is a real fun race. It starts out with a canoe or kayak trip, about 5 miles, and then they will ride 8 miles, and then there's a 5K run at the end. So supposedly people saw like a 3 to 4 foot amphibious frog-like man, and that became the urban legend that we now know as the Frogman. So the chamber approached me about 7 years ago, and it took a couple years to talk me into doing a race like this because I know there's a lot to it. But we've been doing it for the last 5 years, and it's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of family members that come out, parent-child. We have a lot of teams that come out and individuals as well, and everybody just thinks this race is a blast.
I love hearing that because here in Loveland, we have so much to do recreationally, not like a lot of towns. So this race is great for the community as well as, your business, of course. Does this in any way really get people to recognize what you're doing here at your canoe shop, or does it affect it at all? Does it get people kind of noticing you a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of our customers participate in it, but I think there are people that don't have any idea all that Loveland has to offer. They sign up for the Frogmen and they recognize, yeah, I can come here, I can go canoeing or kayaking, go for a bike ride, go for a run, all out of one parking lot. So it's great exposure for the whole town.
I love that. Meredith Taylor, the legend. So you're the race director this year. Tell me a little bit, now I know you work super hard, obviously getting all these events together. Tell me, I guess, the short version of what it really entails to get this event together and why you're excited. Also, are you participating?
Thanks, Cassie. So this event could not happen without the partnerships, obviously, with Mark and his team, the goons here at Loveland Canoe and Kayak. They are critical to our success. They're here at 6 a.m. on race day, helping get all the boats in the water, helping get boats out of the water. We also partner with a great company outside of Columbus, and they are really kind of hand in hand with us from the beginning of getting registrations live, kind of handling that behind the scenes logistics. And then I'm kind of handling the front end, working with any kind of participants that have questions. Obviously, race day, myself and Cece Collins are kind of your go-to people if there's any questions about the race or any kind of last minute logistics that we have to work out. So as Mark said, this race fortunately was all planned before I came on as on staff. So it's kind of nice that I'm able to pick up the baton and be able to continue and just kind of enhance different aspects of the race as we go. So there's a lot of pieces and moving parts that go into it. One of the exciting things we did last year was we added a packet pickup. So that made the whole day of race a little bit smoother so people can come on Friday, and that's held over at Jackrabbit in downtown Loveland. So it gives great exposure to our town. It also gives the racers a little bit of ease of knowing more about the route, knowing that they have their race chips and everything taken care of prior to arriving on Saturday morning. So racers will actually come in the morning, they'll drop off their bikes, they'll get their paddles, they'll get their life jackets. They can kind of get situated here, and Loveland Canoe and Kayak and the Linda Cox lot behind us are really the home base and all the transition points of the race. And as Mark said, they get out of the water once they do their paddle, and then they do an 8-mile bike down the bike trail, and then they do a 5K run through Miami Riverview Park. So as you mentioned, Cassie, it's great because we have a lot of recreation here in the area, and this is our way to highlight all different ways that you can get active and be outside here in Loveland.
Now, it is September 14th.
Correct.
And at what time is this at?
So the race actually starts at 8:30, so boats in at 8:30. But we do have the first buses leaving because you will stay here as your main station to kind of get started, but we do have to bus you up to Mainville and then put your boat in there and then come down the river. So it is an early morning. The volunteers and staff, we're here really early, and just to get everything up and going before the sun gets up, but the race actually kicks off at 8:30.
Okay. Now, guys, the registration right now is very limited. I know we had pre-registration a couple weeks ago. The spots are going quick. So Meredith, please tell us, how can people still get registered if they'd like to participate in this?
Great question. So we are actually totally full of our individual. So
wow.
kayaks are actually sold out as of this morning.
That's incredible.
Which is great. We're really excited. We've never actually sold out of one of the divisions. So you can compete as an individual or as a team. Individuals are in kayaks and teams are in canoes. So you could actually have a partner with you and get down the river together. Then once you're on your bike and you do the run, you're kind of on your own. At that point, obviously, you don't need a partner to do that. And there are no relays either. You just do every part on your own. So that being said, you can go on our website, which is the chamber website, lmrchamberalliance.org, and register that way. You can also go to runsignup.com. That's our third party that we use, and you can find the Loveland Frogman Race there and register online as well.
Now, I do want to give a shout out to sponsors. Are there sponsors for the event that are helping you guys out? Mark, if you want to tag team in this, who's helping you guys out? Obviously, besides your guys' hard work, is there anybody else putting a hand in this too?
Absolutely. We could not do this event without our committee, without our sponsors. So just a quick lineup of those. Obviously, Loveland Canoe and Kayak is a huge partner in the event as one of our sponsors. Kroger is a great sponsor here in the Loveland area. They provide post-race snacks and water. So we'll have those bananas and those ways to kind of revitalize after you've done hard work in the morning. We also have some of our chiropractic offices in the area that are partners. So Loveland Chiropractic and Ward's Corner Chiropractic are big sponsors. We also have Athletico Physical Therapy. They're a new sponsor this year. Loveland Bike Rental, Jackrabbit, and Montgomery Cyclery as well are sponsors.
Now, Mark, I did want to ask you, since you've seen this race played out a little bit longer, what is the downtown like during this time? Is there going to be, the businesses are going to be hopping? Is there other events going on? Just what's the atmosphere like mostly? I'd like to know. I've never been a part of, a race like this, but I'm excited to see it. Can you give a little bit of input on that?
You up, so you are on a team already.
Great. I guess I'm going to have to learn how to swim then. All right.
Nope, just paddle. Well, since the race is so early in the morning, it really kind of starts before downtown gets busy.
Okay.
But what we find is that after people are done with the race, a lot of people make their way downtown and have lunch or ice cream or visit, downtown Loveland, some of the shops. So it really helps to start the day, but it is going on much before Loveland gets busy in the downtown area.
Okay, awesome. And Mark, since you help out so much with this event, I do want to give you the opportunity here to let us know, do you have some cool stuff coming up with the Canoe Shop? I mean, I know you have, I know I've seen on your Facebook, you have some pretty cool products too that people don't know about that I know you do through is it a different business, or tell us a little bit about your future and what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of getting the season ready to wind down. We will be operating 7 days a week through the middle of September. And then we'll be weekends through the end of September and usually the first 2 weekends in October. It all kind of depends upon Mother Nature. But we are an authorized Jackson kayak dealer and an authorized Bonafide kayak dealer. So we'll be having our end of season sales coming up right about the middle of September. So we've got some big weekends coming up with the Frogman, with Labor Day, and then we have the Adventure Crew, which is where we get urban teens out into outdoor recreation. So all 4 Saturdays in September, we'll have about 150 urban kids from Cincinnati Public Schools that will come out and kayak with us, which is a really fun thing to see. In fact, on Frogman Day, we do the Frogman and we get all those boats back upriver, and then we have the Adventure Crew go out around 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's a pretty big day for us.
Yeah. Now, Meredith, just a couple more things. Do you think the Frogman's going to show up this year? Do we know?
You never know. There are certain things I say in my business with events that you just can't plan on, you can't predict. So come on out. If you want to register still, you may see the Frogman appear for the Frogman Race.
Now, we have the Frogman coming up. I would like to give you an opportunity as well. Do we have more chamber events coming up after this Frogman Race that, the community can look forward to?
Yeah, that's we have a jam-packed fall this year.
That, yeah.
So we have a lot going on. So one of the events that we're working with Sims Township is a new wine tasting. And that is going to be at the Mead property on Lebanon Road, and that is on September 21st, and you can buy tickets online at our website again. And that's going to be a great opportunity just to explore the grounds that are in Sims Township. There's great parks that are there. So this is just a great way to see it. Also kind of have a nice evening out with friends and family if you want to. But again, it is a wine tasting event, so it is 21 and over. And we do, again, ask that you buy tickets prior to that event. We'll have some catered food there, and also we'll have about 6 different wineries or 6 different vendors that will be showcasing some wines, which will be a great night out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We also are, again, working with Sims Township. October 4th, we're going to be doing their Fall Fest.
Okay.
So they'll be over at Sims Park. Again, another great park in our community.
Yeah.
We'll be helping them out with that event. We have a couple of different luncheons and women's events coming up. So we have on October 10th, we have an event coming up called Linked Up Loveland, specifically for women in business, and that's a great way to network, as well as have some professional development geared towards women. And that's going to be downtown Loveland at Bishop's Quarter on October 10th. A couple other things that we have in September. We have another great event, great networking event on September 18th, and that again is in downtown Loveland, and that is going to be a great panel of different business leaders in our community talking about what their experience has been growing their business, what it looks like, you know, as they're maybe looking towards retirement or looking towards growing their business. They're all in different phases of where their businesses are. So great leaders here in the business community, and that's going to be great just for networking and getting to know them a little bit better. So
Awesome.
that's just a handful of the
Yeah,
events
no, I
that
like
we have.
it. That, they want
coming
to
up.
Top
hey,
of her
Yeah.
head.
hey, they'll have to rewind this and then write it down in their planner, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
The big event that we have coming up that I do want to highlight is our big annual awards, and that's going to be November 20th. And
Okay.
so information will be coming more soon about that. We're just getting planning for that, but that's really our big smash gala, if you want to call it. It's kind of the who's here in the greater Loveland area, and that's where we celebrate our businesses. We have 12 different awards that we hand out, and nominations will be going live in the next couple weeks, so look for those. And if you have a business that you want to highlight, showcase, and make sure that they are getting some love, then be sure to nominate them for an award.
Awesome. So one more time, what's the deadline? If there is spots still available, let's hit them with the date and the time one more time, and then anything else you guys want to put out there before the big day.
Sure, we asked that registrations, really we want to cut off registrations the Tuesday before the event. I think so that would be maybe the 11th.
We'll say the 11th. You know, Tuesday, the Tuesday before.
So that just gives us enough time that we're able to have everything ready for as far as an organizational standpoint. Also, we cannot guarantee that spots are going to be left. They are really going fast. So I've been emailing the committee with updates throughout the past couple of weeks, and we've had some great responses. So I know that there's a couple of teams out there that still want to get their registrations in, but they are going fast. So if you are interested, we encourage getting those registrations in as soon as possible.
Awesome. And then, Mark, one more thing. I heard you might be dressing up as the Frogmen. Is this true? Is this a first heard here at Loveland Magazine?
I can't confirm or deny any rumors.
I love that. I love that. Well, you heard it here first, guys. The big day, September 14th. We have Mark and Meredith here leading the whole gang, along with Cece as well, who she couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but Meredith's got it handled here today, as well as Mark. We'll be seeing you guys soon, and don't forget, spots are limited, so if you want to sign up, or even if you want to support on the main day, come down here on September 14th. See you guys later.
Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, we are.